The SNP government's spending plans have again come under scrutiny, with claims that local services face disastrous cuts. The Tories complained that people could be landed with higher council tax bills for poorer services. But the Finance Secretary, Derek Mackay, insisted he had offered a fair package to local government. This from our political editor, Brian Taylor.
Money. Local authorities say they're left short. Ministers say there's more for local services, if you include direct funding and higher council taxes. But it's also about holes in the road, the day-to-day services councils provide. For the Tories, Murdo Fraser focused on one council, Perth and Kinross.
So these are some of the things that they are considering in terms of service cuts in the coming year. Cutting 24 secondary teachers in maths and English, removing primary school swimming lessons, a reduction in community campus opening hours, increasing the cost of school lunches from £2.10 a day to £2.70, scrapping the community warden scheme and cutting 94 care home places. So my constituents in Perth and Kinross are going to be asked to pay more council tax, in some cases substantially more than they're currently paying, and they're seeing a cut in service at the same time. Who's to blame?
Labour claimed funding was down by £327 million.
In the past few weeks, we've had reports of council social work budgets being overspent, teacher shortages, also reports of 13,000 staff leaving local government on exit passages over the last 5 years. The cause the President has warned that further funding cuts would be disastrous.
But the government said the claims were misleading. As well as council cash, there was money going directly to schools to boost attainment. There was extra cash from the integration of social care with health.
There are increased pressures as demand for services has risen, but all parts of the public sector will have to continue to be efficient. But as I say, with the increases in resources that are available through the decisions that the Parliament has taken on the multipliers and the ability of local authorities to raise local income and some of the specific dedicated funds that the government's been able to provide, I do think it's a fair package to local government.
On health, the Minister said he had met pledges to increase spending in real terms. A robust session then, but Derek Mackay faces a bigger question still: how to get his budget through Parliament. Brian Taylor, reporting Scotland, Holyrood.
Well, let's continue with the issue of council tax. And Scotland's biggest council has confirmed it's planning to put up the council tax this year. It'll be the first time bills have gone up in Glasgow for 12 years. It's able to put the bills up because the government is ending the national council tax freeze. Well, our government correspondent Jamie McIver joins me. So how many other councils have said that a rise is likely?
Well, so far, Jackie, only about a third of them. Now, a 3% rise in the council tax, that will typically add between £3 and £4 a month to a typical Band D bill. Glasgow today became the latest to confirm it was likely to make a rise, joining others including Borders, Edinburgh and Western Bartonshire. But most have given no public indication yet of their plans, and one council, South Lanarkshire, is going to freeze bills again. I'd be surprised, Jackie, if it's going to be the only council to do that, though it is worth making the point, of course, that if you're in a home that's classed as Band E or above, then your bill will rise no matter where you live because of changes to the system that come in April.
Why have so many failed to declare at this stage?
I think, to be frank, that in some cases political calculations are being made ahead of May's council elections. The question is whether a further freeze or a rise of less than 3% could prove popular with some voters or demonstrate efficiency. On the other hand, some Labour councillors I've spoken to, they feel they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They argue a 3% rise in the council tax won't be enough to avoid cuts, so they're cautious, basically, Jackie, about something that could look to the public like you're being asked to pay more, but perhaps still get less. On the other hand, though, the council tax is the only real tool at their disposal when it comes to income, so they could find it hard not to try to use that tool to try to mitigate what they say are cuts and savings they don't want to make. We should know every council's plans by about the middle of February.
Thank you very much, Jamie.